Hi, my name's Craig, and if you're new here, I'm an Australian artist and designer based in Japan, and I'm just on the outskirts of Tokyo. I am making a little series of videos which kind of journals, is a journal or journal entries, I suppose, for the next few months as I find where I fit in the creative community in Tokyo. So while I've been in Japan for the last 15 years, I've worked from my home studio for an overseas brand in English, and it has been full time work, a full time contract, and that has kind of limited my ability to get involved in the creative community here in Tokyo. So now that that contract came to an end in July, it's now September 2025. I'm talking and meeting and getting involved in lots of different ways to see where I fit in this city. And I'm just going to run through, I should say, a couple of the things that I've been up to over the last few weeks. So the last video I made, I'd been up on the northeastern coast of Honshu doing the Michinoku Coastal Trail, at least 100 kilometers over 4 days of the full 1,000 kilometer trail, and it was magic. There's a lo-fi video of that in my channel there if you're interested in checking it out. Since I've come back, I've thrown myself into Japanese again. I'm going to a school called the Koto Academy in Idabashi, and I go there from Monday to Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 a.m. And my head hurts at the end of each week. It's a good sign. I'm learning lots of Japanese. I'm doing a course called Intensive Advanced Level 4. And the opportunities available to me, whether I end up working for another business or start my own business or just kind of keep growing my design business here, it's only going to be easier. There's only going to be more opportunities the better my kind of business level Japanese is. So I've been working on that pretty intently. I visited one design studio called Rare Standard in Toranomon, and Toranomon is a kind of a high-end business district in Tokyo, in Manataku, and amazing architecture there. I talked to Roy Fasada, the founder, and Alex Scott, the head of studio operations there at Rare Standard, and we talked for a couple of hours, I think, about all kinds of things, and that was a great experience. So very grateful to be able to talk to those guys. I met up with Erica Ward. Erica Ward's an American illustrator, watercolor artist who's been based in Tokyo for some time now, and she works on her art practice full time. She works incredibly hard, attending events and running her gallery shows, etc. And I'll link to her work in the description. I always learn a lot, get a lot of advice whenever I meet up with Erica, so it was great to see her again. What else have I done? So I finished printing the first 50. I'm planning to do 100 illustrations in Risograph in 2025. I've completed the first 50, and I've been going to a Risograph studio called Hansel Press, who have been amazing and helped me print the 50 illustrations, the first 50 illustrations. And there's I've printed 10 of each of the 50 illustrations. There they are. It's 500 prints there, about $1,000 worth of risograph printing, and I need to cut those down and sign them and exhibit them next year at a new show. To give you a sneak peek, I've used the kind of a kawaii style, the classic kind of kawaii creature mouth and the eyes there, but put a twist on it by incorporating tiny people. So what was cute little fluffy creatures, they're now kind of giant, terrifying monsters. And I've used a range of different colors for those, and they look fantastic. So I can't wait to see those in frames and up on a gallery wall next year. But the focus really has been on October's show this year. The end of October, I'm going to do a show to show off the carpets that I worked on last year. And I have finished the booklet for the show. and it started as I think an 8-page leaflet and turned into a 32-page book. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it really shows off all of that hard work. So I'm handing those out, and I'm away at a design workshop next week, which I'll talk about in a second. But when I get back, it will just be full throttle promotion for the show at the end of October. Today I spent a lot of time visiting different galleries in Tokyo, and they're all lovely. Very happy to let me kind of put down a block of postcards for the show in October. I visited the cafe that was once Almost Perfect. I think it was last year, wasn't it? That Almost Perfect, the kind of creative residence run by Luis Mendo and Yuka Mendo in Okachimachi, Tokyo, for traveling artists or for artists looking to do a creative residency in Tokyo. I think it ran for a fair few years, and it was an amazing institution, but it had to come to a close, and it turned into a cafe which is run by an Australian, and it was an amazing, they've really transformed that space there. It's amazing. So if you know Almost Perfect and you're find yourself back in Tokyo, I definitely recommend going and checking out that cafe that's there now. The other thing I did was I went to a design meetup on Friday night called Yoitoi, and it was great to hear a few guest speakers talk about various aspects of design. There was about 100 designers there to engage in that conversation, and I got to meet Sakamoto Manabu-san, who is the designer who designed the PlayStation logo, so that was nice to meet him. And I met Fukugaki Keigo. Keigo is the owner of a handful of art hotels in Tokyo and Kyoto, and I think something interesting is going to happen there when I get back from this workshop next week. I'm going to catch up with Keigo, and we're going to talk about some interesting opportunities. I think something's going to happen there, so that's going to be great. So next week, tomorrow morning, in fact, I leave for Shimoda. Shimoda is on the Izu Peninsula. If you know where Mount Fuji is in Shizuoka, Ken, then when you head south to the coastline, there's a peninsula there called Izu Peninsula, and a sleepy coastal town called Shimoda. Beautiful town, and 20 UX designers from around the world are coming together there to help the community in Shimoda in some way with technology. It'll most likely be in the format of a website. And we do get a brief. I think on the Tuesday morning we get a brief. So there's some kind of predefined problem within the community there that's been defined that we can help with our design thinking. So that's going to be fun to work with a bunch of designers and do some social good there. We'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you again in another week or two's time.